everybody, and welcome back to PTSD Penguin. Today what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a topic that is close to home for many of us: food shortages and how they can affect us living with PTSD. Now, food is something we all need to survive, but when it becomes scarce, it can trigger deep-rooted fears and anxieties, especially for those of us with PTSD. Whether it's memories of post-trauma, feelings of helplessness, or just stress of not knowing when or if you'll have enough to eat. Food shortages can be a serious mental health challenge. Now, for instance, for me, I have things like a case of chicken, I have a case of pineapple, and I have a whole lot more, which I'm going to show you later on in the video. So I am prepared, probably not prepared enough, but I am prepared. Now, first, let's acknowledge that it's normal to feel anxious or scared when faced with anxiety or uncertainty. The key is to not let those feelings take over PTSD and can amplify our reactions to stressful situations, making us feel like we're constantly in a state of emergency, but that are steps that we can take to regain a sense of control. Now, one of the most important things we can do is to plan ahead. For me, I have my pantry that's full of food. I've got canned food. I've got freeze-dried food for freeze-dried wholesalers, which I'll put a link at the bottom of the video so you can click onto them as well and get a discount on buying food. I also have water supplies, cooking supplies, and everything I might need in the house. I also have my car. I have a big, huge box, about yay big, yay high, and that's full of supplies if I'm traveling. So I am pretty prepared. One of the most important things we can do is to plan ahead. Excuse me. I know easier said than done, right? But creating a simple, realistic plan for your food needs can reduce anxiety. Start with the basics. Make a list of essential foods that can have a long shelf life. Excuse me, my voice was going. Items like rice, bean, canned goods, and dried fruits can go a long way. Pasta, things like that. Now, if you're on a budget, the dollar stores can be a great resource for stocking up on essentials without breaking the bank. Now, I know it's $1.25 here, $1.50. I'm not sure what it is where you are, but they are a great resource. Now, I do know the shelves are fairly bare sometimes, so just keep going back. Take $10 or $20 a week and go in there and buy something, or $10 or $20 a month, whatever you can afford to stock up. Now, I've done some videos on budget preparing before, so you know to be sure to check those out if you need some tips on getting started. I'm sorry. Another important aspect to consider is how food shortages might trigger specific PTSD symptoms, the flashbacks or panic attacks. If this happens, try grounding techniques, the focusing on your breath or holding something comforting like one of your like our little friend here. So you know how my penguins are and my slough was and things like that. So I have little stuffed animals around the house that mean something to me, and sometimes I'll just sit there and hold it and cuddle it, and it makes me feel better. Or listening to some music helps, or taking a ride. Whatever you find soothing for you, I would try that. Another thing is breathing exercise can be incredibly helpful I'm sorry, in moments of high anxiety. Just taking a few deep breaths to calm your nervous system and help you think more clearly. And don't be afraid to reach out to somebody that you trust if you're having a feeling of being overwhelmed or anything that might be bothering you. It's always good to have a friend or a therapist you can talk to. Sometimes you just need to take it out and can make a world of difference. So talking it out is a great thing to do. If you feel a lot of anxiety, sometimes taking a walk, going to the gym, going swimming, whatever kind of physical activity you like to do. Now, if you're struggling to cope, there are resources out there, whether it's a friend, a therapist, or a support group. You don't have to go through this alone. Remember, resilience doesn't mean facing challenges without fear. It means finding the strength to keep going, even when it's tough. So let's be kind to ourselves during these uncertain times. We're all in this together, and by taking small steps to prepare and care for our mental health, we can weather the storm. I know we can do it. We've got to do it. Things are going to get a little rocky probably in the next few months, but we've got this. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and more content on living with PTSD. Also, I will say that, the more you deal with it, the more you hang on to it, the more you figure out how to work around it, the better off you'll be. I know with me, my PTSD has gotten a little bit better lately. I know what to do to help get through it. But if you're just new with PTSD, just find some happy place. Find some place that you can go and just relax and do what you need to do. Okay? Again, this is Beth at PTSD Penguin. I'm going to put Freeze Dried Wholesalers link at the bottom. Also, please like, subscribe, and tell others. And I really appreciate some comments so I know how I'm doing. Thank you again. This is Beth at PTSD Penguin, and have a great day.